Hi guys, hi James.
Hi.
So let's continue with our Russian state exam, helping our students to figure it out. And so listening part 3, there is a dialogue.
Absolutely. So we'll start so we're going to have a look at this dialogue. If you look at the questions, what we have is, what do we learn about Maggie's musical education? So she's going to be talking in depth on this topic. So the three options are, she didn't have a special music talent. She attended a musical school for 9 years, and she didn't like playing the piano very much. So let's get started. So I'm going to read Maggie, and Dinara's going to read the presenter. Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our daily program, Stardom. Today in our studio, we have Maggie Smith, a famous actress. Hello, Maggie.
Hello. It's so nice being here. Thank you for inviting me.
Could you please tell us about what led you to become an actress?
Well, it's a long story, and it's connected with my musical education.
Did you attend a musical school?
When I was 9 years old, I started playing the piano. I was obsessed. I needed to play for several hours every day, but I wasn't great, though I was good and I had tremendous passion. I didn't have any real technical skills, so no matter how much I practiced, I was never going to be able to really play in front of people. I had tremendous stage fright. Still, the piano was the beginning of me going. I need an outlet, I need a vehicle. And then from music, I joined the drama club in high school. I got on stage and I went, oh, wow, no stage fright. I couldn't do public speaking and I couldn't play the piano in front of people, but I could act. I found that being on stage, I felt this is home. I felt an immediate right thing. And the exchange between the audience and the actors on stage was so fulfilling. I just went, that is the conversation I want to have. It was unequivocal. There was nobody acting in my family, but there didn't need to be. I just understood what I wanted to do at once.
Was it easy to find your director? Would you like to try directing yourself?
Well, speaking about working with good directors, that has always been a certain kismet with me. I was lucky. There was a period in the 1980s where you had people who were born to direct, born to shepherd stories, like David Lynch, who was so unusual, such a rare storyteller, so personal and so private and dreamlike from his subconscious. You know, people ask me why I don't direct. Well, it's because I've worked with people where that's what they were born to do. And it's a little intimidating after you've worked with a rash of those people, one after another. Then it's like, I like acting. Acting is good.
What kind of films do you like acting in?
I don't think the genre matters much. I even try not to look at the story itself, because even a banal story may turn into a blockbuster. What I pay attention to and fall in love with is the script. If the script is good, I start just living in those dialogues or monologues.
You play a lot of family women. How come?
I've always played mums. I once played someone who wanted to be a mum. The thing with the role of a mother in our legacy, in world history, in world mythology, is that the role of a mother encompasses the entire universe. There is no limit to what you can express if you are representing that in a story. I've just got nominated for an Emmy for playing a mother.
Modern women are constantly looking for ways to be more beautiful. As a woman, as an actress, are you satisfied with your appearance? Strange question.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that my looks through the years have served me well, because I was never a great beauty and I was never cast as a great beauty. So I never leaned on it and I never really made that a high value. I've always been kind of androgynous, and it's one of the reasons why I love being an actress. I love experimenting with the male and the female in any character. That balance, the yin and yang of that, is always in play because everybody is male and female.
Thank you, Maggie. It has been a real pleasure talking with you today.
Excellent.
So I have some words I don't know exactly. For example, tremendous means something really big, right?
Yes, exactly. Tremendous. Yeah, exactly. It's an intensifying adjective. So we would use this for saying, yeah, it's in something very big. Is in, so.
And here I do not understand the phrase, I need an outlet. I need a vehicle. What does she mean?
Yeah, so particularly with outlet, this is good. So an outlet is, something to focus your energy on. Okay, so something to let it out on. So I think it comes from, so the Americans, what they call the plugs. I think where it originally came from is, the American English word for the plug, where you the plug socket, where you put the actual plug into. So I think that's what it originally came from, I think. So don't quote me on that, but that would be my guess. But metaphorically, it means, something to practice or to let the energy go through. So it's, if you say an outlet for your creativity, then you would say that's why I started writing, or that's why I started writing poems or singing, or, whatever it may be.
Some kind of push, right?
Yeah, exactly. So something to focus on. Exactly.
I see.
Something to focus that energy on. Exactly. So that was a good. So that's a good word to use. Absolutely, outlet.
And it was unequivocal. The first time I hear this word. Sorry.
Where is that word? Sorry.
It was unequivocal.
Unequivocal.
Yes, unequivocal.
Yeah. So this one, it's. I just need to. I'm still looking for it. Yes, I can see it. That is the conversation. It was unequivocal. There was nobody acting in my family, but there didn't need to be. So it was. I think something you couldn't argue with. Is what it means in that context. Something like
it was obvious, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was very clear to me. Is what.
Kismet. It's a very beautiful word. How it sounds for me. By the way, this is the only reason I started learning Spanish, because for me it sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
For my ears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Kismet for me sounds very Oriental. This word.
Yeah, absolutely. It is, as in, because this particular word it means fate, and I think it's most common in sort of so it comes from sort of Muslim contexts in the Indian subcontinent. So a place like Pakistan, you'll hear that it's a different word for fate, basically. This one. So it's a different way of saying fate or destiny or destiny.
Cool. So it was my destiny, she's saying here. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It was my destiny. It's my fate.
And I'm born to shepherd stories.
So to shepherd stories. So I haven't heard that exact phrase before, but as in, obviously a shepherd, as in directs the flock. So as in directs the flock of sheep. So I believe that's where they're going with that. So as in steering stories. So it's not actually creating them, but specifically, as in moving them in the direction that they, affecting the course and moving them in the direction you want them to move in.
So here, why do they use intimidating? And it's a little intimidating after you've worked. So something she cannot do?
No, it's specifically that. So intimidating is something that makes you nervous and anxious. So, so for example, if you have, so to give you one example, if you leave all of your, to give a school example, if you leave all of your, 2,000 word essay to the last minute, so to the last night, and then you need to and then you are sitting there drinking your coffee at 9 p.m. and you've written the first line. So it's a bit the prospect of writing that essay is intimidating. To give a school analogy for you, or a work analogy, maybe if you've come back, after being on a 2-week holiday, and then you come back to your emails. So it's intimidating. So you see such a lot of things to do that it's intimidating. That's what.
And here another word, a mother encompasses.
Encompasses, yeah. So
encompasses,
So if you so what that means is that a mother includes and so it features every the entire universe. So it includes and it features the entire universe. Is what that means. So you could say, for example, so so you could so for another example with encompass. So it's a little bit like entail or include,
I see. So I'm sure some people maybe do not know androgynous. What means?
So androgynous, it means where it's not, it's for example, a look that is, as in both, somewhere between masculine and feminine, basically. So so that's what androgynous is. It's a bit ambiguous. So it's between the two.
Thank you. Now very clear everything. So I'm ready to complete the tasks.
Yeah, absolutely. So we saw that. So we saw in this particular script, she spoke at length about why she became an actress, and so she said, so that she wasn't particularly talented, but she attended musical school. So let's look at the questions again. So the options: she didn't have a special musical talent. Quite possibly. Let's see how much. Let's have a look at the other ones with she didn't like playing the piano very much, and she was there for 9 years. So she did enjoy playing the piano. We can see that from I was obsessed. And she had tremendous passion. So she absolutely did enjoy it. And there's no information about how long she was at, so she was at a musical school, at least, as in I don't see any specific information on that. Obviously we can deduce from the information that we have how long she was. She didn't have a special musical talent. Yeah, I would say that's the correct answer.
So answer 1, yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So guys, we would like to remind you also that before listening, try to skim to quickly read the questions and answers.
Absolutely. And then, and also feel free to use what we call the process, do things by process of elimination. So what that means is that you can refer back. Nope, didn't mention that. Okay, so it's not that one. It's not that one. And then what option do you have? Remaining? So you can eliminate things as well. I often do that with multiple choice. Why did Maggie want to become an actress? I think this is is this in this particular it is in this text. Let's look at this. So why did Maggie want to become an actress? The profession runs in her family. So in other words, her mother did it, her father did it, grandparents might have done it, etc., or brothers or sisters. She wanted to overcome stage fright. Acting on stage felt natural to her. Now, what I recall from that text, I think it was actually number 2. So let's have a look. Yeah, so she said, I had tremendous stage fright. Still, I joined the drama club. I got on stage and no stage fright. I couldn't do public speaking. I couldn't play, but I could act. I found that being on stage, I felt this is home. So it was the fact that she didn't feel stage fright that made her feel happy. So let's go, that made her comfortable doing this. Yeah, so I would actually say that acting on stage felt natural to her because She didn't do it because she knew that she would overcome stage fright. It was more just a case of, she just said, well, this is home. So we see with a sentence like this is home, but it felt natural to her to act.
Number 3, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would go with number 3 for that reason. Because, if you say it's home, then it's another way of saying, it's that it feels natural, it feels comfortable. What does Maggie say about directors and directing? Okay, so she thinks David Lynch is the best director. She feels she could herself direct a film one day. She thinks she was fortunate to work with many talented directors. From what I recall, I would say 3. She thinks she was fortunate to work with many directors. So let's have another quick look. Yeah, exactly. So she said, she doesn't specifically say that David Lynch was the best. So she says he was very good, and she mentions why she doesn't direct. And she certainly says, well, it's because I've worked with people where that's what they were born to do. And it's a little less intimidating after you've worked with a rash of those people one after another. So, but she just says that she enjoys acting. Exactly. So she doesn't just express any desire to actually do that. But she does say that she was lucky to work with a number of good directors. So I would go with number 3 for that one. So she certainly sings David Lynch's praises, but she doesn't specifically state he was the best. But he is the one that she mentions the most. What does Maggie say is the most important thing for her about a film? The story, the screenplay, or the partners? I think that was the story. Let's have a look back. I don't think the genre matters. What I pay attention to and fall in love with is the script. If the script is good, I start just living in those. I even try not to look at the story itself, because even a banal story may turn into a blockbuster. So she says not even the story. Okay, so she actually says the script. Okay, so how it is written. So in that case, I think I'll go with the screenplay.
Yes.
So that's number 2. Answer number 2 for question 6. Maggie often plays mothers because such roles provide lots of opportunities to an actress. People like her in such roles. She is a future mother herself. That sounds a little bit odd. That's an answer. She will be a mother in the future, so she wants to be a mother in the future, or she will be a mother, but she is a future mother herself. It just sounds a bit funny. So number 7, let's have a look. I don't think she mentions people liking her or her specific desire to have children. So in world history and world mythology is that the role of a mother encompasses the entire universe. So she absolutely doesn't mention what the audience think specifically of her acting in those roles at all. She also does not mention that she will, that it's because she wants to be a mother or she is a mother. At the moment. So in that case, it's not really that ideal, but such roles provide lots of opportunities to an actress. I would go with by process of elimination. Okay, next one. What does Maggie think of her appearance? She thinks she should take care of the way she looks on screen. She thinks her looks don't interfere with her job. She thinks she's very beautiful. Let's see. Let's have a look at what she thinks of her appearance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she said that her looks have served her well. So, that's a hard one to answer, actually, that one, because none of the answers are that perfect. So she said that, when she says that her looks have served her well, then she is saying that she is beautiful. But yeah, exactly. So she thinks she should take her looks don't interfere with her job. They don't interfere with her job. So it's a bit odd, really.
Yeah, because it's again, these kind of questions, they can appear in this exam because the authors, they're not native speakers.
Yeah, absolutely. So sometimes this one is, she says she was never a great beauty. So I would go, in that case, I would go with, let's go back to where it was. I would go for 2. Because she doesn't make any statements about, so as in she thinks she should, her looks don't interfere with her job. So she uses her look to create different effects and, as in to experiment. But yeah, so I'd go with 2, but that particular list wasn't that great, unless there's a mistranslation in number 1, so as in, and so what they actually mean is something like she thinks, as in that being on screen is a good way to change your look or something. But yes, I'll go with 2. What does Maggie love about being an actress? Being able to play both men and women, being able to express complex characters, being able to look beautiful on screen. Pretty sure it was complex characters. Let's see. But she says that she loves experimenting with the male and female in any character. So, so I think, so I'll go with being able to express complex characters because that's the best of the options, basically, because she specifically says experimenting with the male and the female in any character. So I would argue that's not the same as playing both men and women. And so I would go with, but it is describing a complexity to to people. So I would go with number 2.
Yes, because she's not saying that she plays males in her
No,
roles.
exactly.
Yes, thank you. Obviously, there are answers to this test in the end of this list, but what is good, what we together do, that we, let's say, announce our thinking mode, how we choose answers. So how you choose answers, and so it will help our students to understand not only logic of the exam, also how to pick right answers. Yeah. It was very interesting, James. And in the next video, guys, we're going to start with reading part. Please share these videos with everyone who prepares for the Russian state exam, and write what are you worried about, anxious about, while you're preparing yourself to the Russian state exam, to the Russian state English exam, right? James, thank you. And please, under this video, you can find all the links to our social media. We'll be happy to see you there and to invite you to our free trial classes, and even you can win certificate which will allow you to study at our school for free during 1 month. Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.